All right, welcome in. Game 5 decider match. It all comes down to this. Slapody versus Barbetacos here on Thar Desert. Let's introduce our teams. Andy is playing as the Portuguese in the water position for his team. He's got Capoch in the middle playing as the Malians, and it is indeed Slam as the Incas up top. They are up against Miguel playing as the Magyars. Kingstone has the Britons, and Dokao has the Vikings. So no surprises civ-wise. I think these civs are the only ones that make sense for either side. And I'm a little worried for Slapody. I am somewhat concerned. I said pre-game, their civs look better if this goes quite late. But in like feudal age, castle age, I think it's going to be rough. It all comes down to these water players, I think. What is the strategy between Dogao and Andy down here on the water side? Both have really good water civs. Both could just go full water. Portuguese can beat Vikings on water. Usually Vikings are stronger early, though. Then Portuguese can win the long game because they're spending less gold on stuff. I don't know if that's the case here. We'll have to see. Dogao will be happy, I think, to go full water. He will be absolutely thrilled to match whatever production Andy has on water. Because the Vikings can't really contribute on land very much. Oh wait, look at this. Capoch and Andy are both sending Vills southward. Oh, interesting. So we're going to get 2 players from Slapody on water here. Interesting. Doc Villager coming down for Dogao as well. I don't know if I like this or not. I don't remember the last time I saw 2 players dock on this map. I think we did see it once very early on, but I have not seen it since. Capoch is going to dock down here, and he gets his up more centrally. Dogao has to be a little careful here. Andy's coming in with the scout. No loom yet for Dogao's villager. It's fine. Doc goes up. If this scout was here a little bit faster, man. Wait. It still could be bad. Doc goes up, but I'm pretty sure this villager is dead from Dogao. Unless there's no way Andy lets him get away with this, right? No, he's dead. Okay, well, the dock goes up. That's what's most important, but loses the dock villager, unfortunately, for Dogao. And indeed, it is Andy and Capoch on water. Well, this means Slapody will be going heavily into Navy then. They have to. I thought there might be a chance that Andy does a little bit of water but tries to push on land. I feel, with the difference in the civs, feudal age, castle age, thought maybe having an extra player on land could tip that scale a little bit, but maybe they're hard committing on the fact that they can get multiple players benefiting from a fish boom early on. And we'll see here. Again, I think Dogao's going to be really happy to just be able to fully produce on water, though. With the Vikings, right? We'll see. Because the other option, let's say, theoretically, if Capoch isn't down there, if Andy is just producing a bit on water, maybe trying to mix in land military to help his team that way, then Dogao is in the position where he either has to help with land military that is subpar, or he has to start slinging, which has been risky in this tournament. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it really doesn't. So I think Dogao should just be happy if he's able to put all of his resources into the water himself. Double dock here for Andy. Dogao does need to send another villager down here to get a second dock up, which he's not doing, which seems kind of weird. Second dock completes for Andy. He is 15 seconds away from feudal age. Feudal age comes in for Dogao. Is he not going to go water? There's no way, right? Okay, he's making a galley. But with only one dock, I don't think there's any way long-term he can actually contend against double dock Portuguese production, right? Especially when you're going galleys, you kind of need the mass. So only being able to get galleys out of one dock feels so bad. He's going archery range. What? I'm kind of blown away. Vikings on this map to then largely ignore water. That feels so strange. Well, that means Capbotch is going to be getting a nice little boost of eco off of fairly little investment. This villager might be in trouble, though. He's trying to pull back to the main base, but Dogao shows up. Now it's Dogao's turn to micro around fast walling villager. Spearman comes in and saves the day. Beautiful teamwork there. Andy saves Capbotch's Ville there with the Spearman. Fish is going to go down, I guess, for Dogao. He's got 2 galleys out. That's it. So he's going to try and dive in here and snipe as many fish as he can. But he is going double range archer production as the Vikings. On the other side, Miguel with the Magyars shows up and snipes down 2. Maybe only 1. I think that's a Spearman. Walling villager. Forces some quick walls on the gold. There are archers here, but Magyar scouts can carve through them pretty quickly. We got to be a little careful. Fletching is not even in yet for Slam. Scout goes down for Dogao, but the archers are coming across the field. Andy's going to see this, so he knows now fully what the game plan is. Dogao dives through Andy, and he's going to be killing Capbotch's fish. Nice. I suppose, as Barbetacos here, if they feel the way I do and that their civs are quite better in Feudal and Castle Age, maybe just a full 3-player committal to land does make sense. Force your advantage when you can. End the game early. These galleys are still heading around here. They're going to try and help out in the back now. Okay. Get some good damage in on Capbotch's scouts there, I suppose. King Stone and Miguel are in at the front of Slam's base. And they have to decide if they want to hang around on Slam or head over into Capbotch. They actually back up. It's a dangerous choice here. If you dive in too far, we've seen a lot of games swing around because one team gets fully cleared after going too deep into their opponent's base on this map. But Dogao, finding a nice place to sit with these archers, kills a villager here from Capbotch on the berries. Now he has to back up. Big stone walls here from Dogao. I don't know why Miguel is down here with a villager. Galleys have been cleared up from Dogao, so no more Navy on the field for our Vikings player. Loses the last fishing ship as well. Okay, Castle Age on the way for Andy. Kingstone is not too far away from clicking up either. This villager is really I don't have any idea where this... It was probably the Walling villager, actually. It would have been so funny to watch this villager. He probably completed the wall up here, and then walked all the way down here trying to get back inside the base before these walls completed, just to have them completed when he got down there. And now he has nowhere to go. He has been on a hike. Castle Age on the way for Kingstone. Dogao's getting there. Miguel's on the way up. The only player still not clicked up for Slapody is Slam, but he's not too far away. Big armies moving across the field. Neither side probably wants to take a big fight here before upgrades hit, if they can get away with it. Is this not good, though, for Andy? Now Andy can just go archers as the Portuguese against Viking of the same, but worse. Look at this transport ship on the field for Andy, sending it down here. This is another reason water is kind of important here. If somebody sends their army down to the south, Andy's going to be ready and waiting to do a little jump across the wall here. Crossbow Bodkin on the way for Andy. Also getting Bowsaw. He's getting University, so he's going to get Ballistics out rather quickly. Kingstone is the next one to hit. Gets the immediate range advantage with the Britons, so that's nice. Hasn't actually gotten Bodkin yet, though, which does bring it back onto an even playing field. Okay, here we go. Capoch is sending some Vils, or sorry, not Vils, soon to be Light Cav down to the south. They're going to jump on into the transport ship and start being annoying around the back. We'll see how much value these find. Fire galleys, slowly killing a market. That's annoying. Here we go. Where are we depositing our army here? We're heading on in. Looks like Capoch notices this. Yeah, he did. Really good call out. Sorry, not Cap. Yeah, Capoch is here, but somebody noticed on the other side. Now Miguel is pinging. Definitely Dogao noticed those scouts coming in. He was quick walling like a madman. Now Miguel is here with Light Cav, and it probably won't be that big of a raid. Light Cav can also clear up the fire galley pretty easily. In the middle. Well, we've got some military here. It's a lot more for Slapody. I don't know, who are we missing here? Where are all the crossbows from Dogao? Okay, they're here. We've got Bodkin. Armor has also come in for the Britons player. So we can micro here quite nicely. Big, massive crossbows on both sides. No ballistics yet for Dogao. He's going for the second TC instead. Interesting. Like Cav raid gets cleared up. A couple vills did go down though. Ballistics on the way now. Thumb ring coming in for Andy. This is the difference between the Vikings and the Portuguese. And Britons, for that matter. But Andy's kind of caught out by himself here. Wait a minute. Where's my team? Dogao's pinging here. He says, let's take this fight. We go through the walls. Where actually is his team? Where are we? Capoch is coming around. Slam is also heading down that way, but felt like Slapody retreated to their walls and then split up instead of staying together. Andy gets his upgrades, but he's got 4 crossbows on the field now. Still have to be a little careful you don't dive so deep you give up a free clear up. Archery range goes down for Andy. That sucks. He has to make another one in the back. Fully upgraded now are Miguel's Knights. Capotch still missing the final attack upgrade. Archery range is denied. The Siege Workshop is going to be denied. Things are looking sketchy for Andy. This is what I was talking about when I said I think I preferred the Civs in Castle Age for Barbetacos. Britain crossbows are just the best crossbows on the field right now. Magyar Knights are much easier to upgrade than the Malian ones. Final armor on the way for King Stone. Villagers are going down in here for Slapody. Second TC. 3 TC for Dogao behind this, by the way. And he is wreaking havoc in Andy's eco. Andy trying to fall back to his TC in the back. He also has a TC in the front, interestingly enough. But lots of moving villagers here, not gathering resources right now. Kingstone is just sitting in here with 36 Britain crossbows. And he says, alright, I'll kill all your farms if you want me to. It's a lot of farms actually going down for Capotch. He needs this food. This is hundreds and hundreds of food getting wiped out. Potential food, I should say, getting wiped out here as he's trying to go Knights. Still cannot afford Iron Casting. These crossbows are so bad. Dogao is killing so many villagers back here. Block with the Siege Workshop so that maybe the Mangonel can clear this up, but lots of villas have gone down. Miguel even sending Knights back here. Clear up the Mangonel. Diving underneath the TC. Andy's in trouble, I think. Okay, here we go. Slam and Capotch trying to push out here. Andy helping out a bit. Once the range is taken away from the Britain crossbows, they are technically worse than the others with Thumbring in. I don't know. This is good though. We're at least pushing the pressure back. But look at this. Dogao has snuck back onto water. Longboats show up. And Andy is not really in a position to go heavy onto water anymore. His eco's been disrupted. He's trying to produce crossbows to push back on land. Cannot really switch heavy. He's trying to, though. War Galley on the way in. But against full longboat spam, I don't know how good that's going to be. Second and third TC here for Slam. Eco lead is still in Slapody's favor. Also, on land, they are pushing across. Dogao's going to start machine gunning down one of Andy's TCs, though, with these longboats in the back. They do a lot of damage to buildings. But we got to be careful here. There's a lot of Knights coming in. House is going to go down real fast. And Dogao might have taken water back, but he's got a lot of Knights running into his base right now. Stone trying to use his range to his advantage here, but the numbers are just really good for Slapody. This Mangonel should never find value. Okay, it doesn't. But now that Dogao's back on water, he doesn't have anything on land. He goes for a panic castle, but the Knights are here. Oh, I don't know. It was looking good for Barbetacos, but things can reverse real fast on this map. Andy's going to lose his crossbows, but we're trading decently here. Now the knight players are going to have to get back in position as Miguel is charging in with his cavalry. Castle is going to complete for Dogao. That's going to be nice for him, for sure. Kapach is really well boomed up right now. King Stone still has a really big, massive crossbows, though. I think this was a really good fight for Barbetacos at the end of the day. Longboats, finding good damage in the back. Being annoying. Stupid tigers are trying to take on entire armies of crossbows. I don't think that's going to work out for them. Kingstone has to be a little bit careful. He's not too far out in front of his cavalry, but I think we're doing fine here. Eco's looking really good for Miguel. Longboats causing havoc in the back. As long as they don't get too close to the town centers, they're feeling pretty good. There's farms back here, wood lines. Stone mines. Lots of things these longboats can range. And it feels like King Stone and Miguel are holding on land. It's technically a 3v2 against them on land, but Andy's only able to partially contribute here as he's still trying to do something about water. Ooh, oof. That's ugly. Kingstone losing some crossbows, though. Imperial Age is on the way for Dogao. How's our military numbers looking here? 50 versus 60, roughly. 32 versus 32. It's actually very even. It's actually very even here. Going to start to commit to some production buildings. May as well do damage. Imperial Age clicked by Kingstone now. Imperial Age for Kapach. If Kapach can get into Farimba, that's the timing where the Malians start to feel quite good here. But Kingstone will be an imp with the Briton, so that's going to be a lot of range on the arbalests. Forward castle here for Kapach being attempted. Does Barbetacos have enough military to deny this? I don't think so. They can maybe try and take a fight, but I don't think you can ever... If you sell out to prevent the castle from going up, you lose all your military. Castle goes up. Andy trying to go for a castle to keep his eco safe from the longboats. His castle will go up, but he does lose a couple villagers there. Slam's gonna lose an entire TC to these longboats. Oh my god, and Kapach is losing a lot of villagers. I don't know where these bills are coming or going to or from. But they die. Okay, apparently they're heading up from down here. Feels like he has a trail of villagers heading to their death here in the canal. Elite longboat coming in for Dogao. That's scary. That's very scary. Look at all these resources he's denying around the back. And Miguel has found his way into the eco. It's still wide open at the front, and he never re-walled. So surprise, suddenly there's 30 knights in your eco. Kapach has some stuff back here to defend with. Slam has to come home. Kapach has to come home. This is actually a Giga Brain play from Miguel. Sneaking away with the enemy right on the doorstep. Draws all of the military all the way back across the field. So suddenly, all the army from Slapody is right in the back of their own base. Miguel's gonna take a fight back here by the longboats if he can help it. Now he's pinging to make sure Dogao's looking. Good damage. On the front, though, Catbot is going to drop another castle. I don't know about this one, Catbot. There's Britain crossbows back there. There's no way you can get that one up. First Treb is out for Catbot, though he's going to start working away at Miguel's castle. Still has quite a bit of army here. 45 knights on the field for Catbot is really good. Knight raids doing the work, though. Knight raids are doing really good work. And look at how many crossbows are back here. It's going to take forever to get these guys back at the front. So I'm not sure if the push is going to work out. It's only Catbot up here. Everyone else is in the back trying to defend these night raids. Oh, it's actually really bad. We're now 50 villagers behind Slapody is. These raids have been disastrous. Between all the longboats killing stuff and now these knights ransacking our back eco, it's really tough. But Miguel loses his castle at the front, or he's about to. Double castle stack here for Catbot. Does kill the castle. Knights trying to run in, but great stone walls behind this for Miguel. Sorry, Kingstone. The colors are starting to trip me up. The color changes, I should specify. Arbalest on the way for Kingstone. 57, close to fully upgraded Britain Arbs. Paladin on the way for Miguel. I don't think Farimba has come in yet. It is not for Catbot. That's kind of a big deal. These Cavalier are not going to take a good fight against the Paladin very shortly. You need Farimba. Especially because you don't get Blast Furnace. So we're now 2 attack behind. Already on the Cavalier before Paladin even hits. First castle goes down for Catbot. More longboats have arrived. Dogao, I think, will happily trade longboats for Arbalests in the back here of Slam's base. Demos coming in. Ooh. That last demo hit pretty well. But there are more longboats everywhere. Elite Skirm coming in for Slam. I actually don't know. Slam kind of needs to be in Eagles, I think, unfortunately. It's kind of just the best unit Incas can make, are the Eagles. But that's so expensive. He is a million miles away from being able to tech into that, so he's kind of... He still has 77 Arbalests on the field. I don't know where they all are. That's only 30 of them. Okay, he's got another 25 forward. Okay, he's got another like 20 in the middle of the field. So he just has to stay on Arb, I guess. But I don't know. The Paladin are eating through the Cavalier. It doesn't hurt that there are a huge ball of Britain Arbs in the front. Catbot loses everything. Look at this trail of green. Right up the gut here. The Paladin are so much better than these Cavalier without Farimba. You can see the difference there. 40 more HP, an extra 4 attack, extra armor. Oof. And now Andy is losing everything. Andy's on Skirmisher with the Portuguese. Ooh. This is an issue with the Portuguese. They don't have a great late game unit either necessarily. It's like Arbalest, which is good, but as a like team game power unit, not ideal. Dogao is just circumventing the fact that his Civ sucks on land. He's going full water here. He's got elite longboat roving through the back ecos. Cannon galleons on the way to start taking out castles. I think Barbetacos are looking really good here. It is still a lot of Arbs for Slam, but Kingstone is almost matching him in numbers now. An extra 2 range goes a long way in these fights as well. I assume it's 2. Do we have Yeoman? Oh, we do. No, we don't. That's just the extra 2. So no additional extra range yet. It's just the regular extra range. Elite Cannon Galleon comes in for Dogao. Dogao is walling? Where did these vills come from? Dogao is fortified walling the back of Slapody's base to prevent trade from happening. There isn't even any trade on the field, but just in case there is, we're stonewalling the eco out. Cannon Galleon's working away at the castles. I think this is GG. Great fight from Slapody, but the civs are just not what they needed in this final game. Or the previous one, for that matter. Almost a little bit of a draft difference, I think, maybe. Skirmisher pikemen for the Portuguese. Ugh. Andy doesn't even have bracer on the skirms. Like, Andy got hit really hard. And the timing of Dogao trying to force... Andy got hit really hard economically, and then also had to immediately try to switch back onto water to deal with Dogao. It was just really bad timing for Andy. Castle falls for Kapach in the middle. This is a good push. Did Farimba come in yet? It did. Farimba Cavalier trade pretty evenly, I think, with Paladin. I think they still lose, but it's much better. It's much better. A lot of Cav is dying here. Trade is already established, though, for Barbetacos. That's another... Yeah, even if this fight goes well, right? Dogao is, like, hard prevented trade from happening for Slapody, and the GG is called. Barbetacos takes it in game 5. Crazy game. Absolutely wild. I think Dogao played this really well. I was super hard questioning him early when he didn't produce in Feudal Age on water at all, but he sniped some fishing ships with the galleys. Just waited until the Viking power spike in Castle Age, then got back on water. Was on land early to force Andy to go land, which then meant when Dogao switched back to water, Andy was not prepared for that. Absolutely beautiful strategy there. And he was the difference here, right? Like, this fight is not... It's not being lost, even, really. Like, Slapody's kind of winning on the front. They're at least holding. But Dogao the difference here. No trade available thanks to Dogao. He's got the Cannon Galleons here, so... Castles, TCs, all this stuff eventually goes down to the Cannon Galleons. Like, all of this stuff. And no trade. You can't win without gold. Especially with these civs. Especially with Incas and Portuguese. You can't win without gold. Trade route established nice and early for Barbetacos. We're going to move on. Beautiful game 5. Really, really good. That was great.